try and hold your line here and don't give quarter. That's what it's all about.
Well, Wello just having his helmet being checked there by scrutineers. But, just to have a little idea on what's going on there. Alongside him, on the start grid, this is Pirapong Lubempeng, who crashed, didn't do well. He crashed out yesterday on the Yamaha. Next to him, Effendi Rosley, who was up at the front end of the pack much of the time.
Yeah, definitely a contender for today's race. He's got the pace to be there at the end. Just needs to work on his positioning, and perhaps if he can get himself in the right position on that final lap, he'll be in a much better chance of getting that victory. We know he's a rider that can do it, so good luck to him.
On the second row of the grid, this is the defending champion, Akid Aziz. He is the outgoing champion, the Uma Racing Yamaha team. He's had a consistent-ish season without really reaching the heights, but Haziq Farous, I like this young fella, 17 years of age and brave as they come.
Absolutely, he really is a young charger in this class. He worked his way backwards yesterday. I'm sure he's going to be trying to make himself felt in this race.
For Yuzi Honda, more experienced Amrul Arif Musa, and I'm wondering if we're going to have a chance to have a little look at Ahmed Fazli Shan, who's starting 7th on the grid, a real veteran. He's 15-year veteran in the ARRC. Here is Ahmed Fazli Shan, and he has got a chance of making, well, he can't win the title because that's already got to Helmi, but he has got a chance of making it into 2nd place, which for a veteran in this kind of company will be a terrific result. Yeah, he's definitely up against it. He's got guys like Charles Amin, all of this, just, you know, the top 15 or 20 in this class can win it. There's Wayo Aji, we saw him, he had that crash yesterday. He won't want that to happen again today, that's for sure. So he's one of the guys that is normally up there in the front. He wasn't able to achieve that yesterday, but you can be assured that he'll be in the thick of the action this time around. Just is that Zaidi there? Yes. Just getting his machine started up. Wayo Aji is a former champion at the 130cc as it was in 2016. Gupita Krishna, another former champion at that level, a 2-time champion. He's also in the lineup today. It's a 27-strong grid, and the way these guys get so close, that can be pretty competitive in there.
Well, absolutely. It's just so close, and so much slipstreaming. It really does come down. I mean, it looks crazy from the outside when we're watching the racing. I mean, it really does. It's hard to know who's going to be where or what's going to happen. But these guys are all very smart, and you've got different age groups from the very youngest to, as we just mentioned before, some of the oldest and strongest heads out there. It's a great learning class. All the bikes are very even, and all the brands are even as well. So it comes down to who's the bravest man or woman on the day.
Indeed, indeed. Let's just run you through the starting grid of the 27 riders. Juan Wello on pole alongside Pirapong of Thailand and the Malaysian Effendi Rosley. It's no Malaysian second row, Akid Aziz, Haziq Farous, the youngster, and Amrul Arif Musa. Look out for Ahmed Fazli Sham. I have a feeling he might do something today alongside the Indonesian pairing of Charles Amin and Wayo Aji Chulaksana on the 3rd row. Moving down, you've got Australia's Travis Hall. Like to see him get into the front group. Fakruzi Shakarin and Gupita Krishna, who isn't used to being a bystander. Ayman Azman, Shafiq Ayman, and Izzat Zaidi, who is currently 2nd in the championship standings on the 5th row. McKinley Kyle Paz from Philippines, Haikal Akmal and Sutipat from Thailand completing the 6th row. On to 7. There's the champion, Helmi Azman, 19th fastest in qualification, alongside the diminutive Mio Nakahara. She crashed out yesterday. Chanachai from Thailand on row 7. On row 8, you've got Sawapol, Akarak and Reza Fahlevi, who came from 24th in the grid to finish 6th yesterday. And on row 9, the Vietnamese pairing of Lacan Lok and Tota Dong Ni alongside Adib Rosley. So, as Reza Fahlevi showed, you can start that far down the grid, Steve Martin, and still get yourself close to a podium position.
Yeah, you absolutely can. And that's the beauty of this circuit. Once again, the straights here are very long for these machines, and they're quite good for the slipstreaming, which means that if you can get a good slipstream, it's pretty easy to work your way through. We saw Helmi Azman do that as well yesterday, and also Adib Rosley. Both of those guys had problems in qualifying, which got them knocked back down the field, and they managed to work their way through. So it's definitely going to be an exciting race ahead. And as I said, oh no! Is that Wayo Aji already? Oh, what a weekend he's had.
Nightmare.
Oh, he can't get it going. Obviously, whatever the problem was yesterday from that crash, he had the morning warmer to fix that up, but the team are devastated. Not what he wanted. There's no way he's going to be starting this one, Des.
Well, he's a long way from the pit lane. Even if he was able to get himself back there, everybody else is now beginning to form up for the starting grid. And as you say, Wairaji Chilaksana, he's had the joy of winning a title, and now there's nothing worse than surely being out on the formation lap and then not finishing it.
Oh, he'll be distraught, absolutely distraught. Not what he needed. He needed a good result here to finish the year off. He could have got one too, so I'm devastated for him.
The red helmet, yellow livery of Wawanwelo will be on pole, extreme right. Pirapong will just make his way into second place. There is our champion, a lowly 39th on the grid, but he's wearing the gold. You can be 19th and still be champion. So looking forward to this. Wawanwelo looking to build on yesterday's victory. He's had an impressive start to his championship. It's only his second event. Red lights are off and we are underway, and Wawanwelo, he lifted up, and that's a poor start from him. It means that Effendi Rosley can go forward into the lead, and Wawanwelo has been left way behind.
Yeah, certainly has. That was a terrible start for him. He's already dipping up the inside there. Effendi Rosley in third at the moment as they head down the straight.
It's an 8-lap race, so there's plenty of time to sort yourself out as Pirapong Luboinpeng makes his way to the front. They come down the hill. It's not the most undulating of tracks.
It's not, but look at the way they spread out down this straight. Everybody's just searching for that slipstream as they head in.
And Wawanwelo has got himself back into the front. What a fabulous recovery.
And look at the ground he made up through that corner. He's got 3 or 4 bike lengths on the field already. What an incredible ride by this young guy. He's only worked his way up since he's been in this championship. This is his 4th race. He got a win last time out. If he can get a double win here, it'll be an incredible weekend. But you can see Helmi Asman in second position there now with that gold livery on his machine. He won't want to finish second to Wawanwelo, will he?
And then Helmi Asman is the man who's swallowed them all up. This is just the first lap. We can expect this kind of jousting throughout, but clearly Helmi has got a point to prove, and so has Wawanwelo.
Straight up the inside there. That was a great move by Wawanwelo. He's asserting his dominance. He's very, very confident on the machine now. So good to see him up there in that slipstream, and he's definitely not scared to fight.
He's still got himself into the lead, and Ahmed Fazli Sham has got himself into a reasonable position as well amongst the front starters. This is all just in the first lap. We've not even had our first 12 corners, and we've had multiple changes of lead.
No, absolutely. Shairul Amin was there as well with Rosley.
Fazli Sham looks on the inside, and Fazli takes Wawanwelo. He goes into corner 12. Plenty of action expected on this, and as they go over the start-finish line at the end of lap 1, it's Ahmed Fazli Sham, Wello, Akid, Helmi Asman, Ayman Asman, and Fakhruzi with Gupita Krishna in 7th.
Yeah, absolutely. As they head in, it's Wawanwelo has got back into the lead already. Fazli Sham is there. He got... Look at the way that he just dipped under the inside there, kept the line on the inside, and knocked Helmi Asman out, and pretty much made a line through for 3 or 4 guys there. So it was a pretty bold move and a strong move by the man in second position at the moment. But Helmi Asman's having none of it, and we've got a few of the guys diving up the inside. Akid Aziz is in there as well.
Ahmed Fazli Sham as well. I do think Ahmed Fazli has got a lot to fight for, because a victory today he might be able to enable him to overhaul Izzat Zaidi, who we've not really mentioned. Izzat starting in 15th place, 2nd overall in the championship. As they went through lap 1, he's still in 15th place. So Ahmed Fazli Sham, who's in a right old battle with Wawanwelo and Helmi Asman, and in the lead at the moment for the 1XOX TKR Racing team. He's put in some flying laps early on.
Yeah, he's doing a great job out front at the moment. Once again, using the slipstream down that mid-back straight. As they head through one of the most technical parts of this circuit, through 6 and 7, you've really got to get a good drive. And there he goes again, Wawanwelo. He's so good on the change of direction. This time, Helmi Asman decides to take through the track as well. But of course, the number 13, Akid Aziz, is doing a fantastic job up there too.
Akid Aziz is right amongst them. Ayman Asman is in that group. Gupita Krishna also in there. How many lead changes have we had so far?
Yep.
And all this is building up to a final lap.
It certainly is. We've got Shirel Amin that's joined that group as well. He's just back there in fourth position. It's really, you've just got to try your hardest to be in this front group at the moment and stay out of trouble. But every corner, look at that up the inside from the number 199. That is Shirel Amin. Takes over second position, but not for long.
Wawanwelo leads as they come through at the end of lap 2, ahead of Akid Aziz and Shirel Amin. Ahmed Fazli Sham drops down to 4th, now up to 3rd, because Helmi Asman has dropped down a little bit further, that gold livery, but these changes are going to really continue. Well,
we've got a problem. We've got a problem. I think that's Shirel Amin. He's just had his hand off the handlebar there.
It was Shirel Amin.
But he's rejoined the group. Maybe, I didn't see what happened, but maybe he ran off the track and he let some people pass so he didn't get a penalty. I don't know, but he seems to have maintained pace at the moment. Who's in the lead there, Des?
Ahmed Fazli Sham is in the lead, but that'll be for about 1 second. And a little look back from Wawanwelo.
Yeah, well, something's happened in that group. Someone's not happy about something, and they're all looking around and trying to figure it out. But Shirel Amin, although he took his hand off the handlebar, he's definitely picked up the pace in the middle of that pack now.
Okay, who's next to take the lead? Coming through was Pirapong Luboinpeng, who didn't finish the race yesterday, but this is fabulous underbone. This is what you expect on underbone racing.
Absolutely. The number 24, Pirapong Luboinpeng, goes through there too. Didn't finish yesterday, so it'll be important for him to get a good result here.
Ahmed Fazli Sham, the veteran, leading the way, keeping his cool. Pirapong in close pursuits, the orange livery and the gold of Helmi Asman, the champion. He wanted to go on the inside, but has wisely decided just to stand his bike up, avoid any contact, and that means he drops from 1st to 5th.
Which he wouldn't be too worried about at the moment. I mean, you can be in the top 10 in this group and not too much. I mean, it's just an incredible display of close riding between these guys. Look at the closeness of it all.
Nerves of steel. Ahmed Fazli Sham leads into corner 12. This is the difficult one. Mayhem often results on this corner, particularly on the last lap, and it will be going through the start-finish line. Fazli Sham, Akid, Wawanwelo, Pirapong, Shirel Amin, and Reza Fahlevi once again. Reza started 24. He's in that front group, just at the tail, leading that second group of riders. And of course, he's another wild card filling in this weekend. So it seems to be a very good weekend for the wild cards. Wawanwelo in just his 2nd race of the season. Didn't have a podium on the first weekend, but did get a very good 4th. Here he picked up a win yesterday. That's him in the red helmet. And dragging through with him, is that Akid Aziz? He's dragging through. Akid takes a look on the inside, and it's Akid who takes the lead. And Wawanwelo, what's this sitting up so high, Wawanwelo, and the looking back? What's this all about?
Yeah, it's really difficult to know. He's having a look around. He's just, he could be just trying to suss out who's there, who's up the front, where their lines are, what he's got to look out for. But I tell you, at the moment, it's just anybody's race. I mean, there's any line, everything goes at the moment. You've just got to be in that front group.
Well, Wawanwelo, we saw him stand up, and now he dropped from 1st into 10th. He was just swallowed up by the pack. We've got 4.5 laps still to go. We're not even at the halfway stage here. A new race leader.
I think Amarul Arif Musa's moved up into that front group as well. He's in there doing a good job at the moment. But it's pretty much the same guys up near the front there. There he is, Amarul Arif Musa.
Well, Helmi Asman there takes his way, and the Fendi Rosley, he's easy to pick out in the orange livery. He's in
definitely. 3rd. Fakruzi is also in that group now. He's the tallest guy in the field for sure. Slipstream would be hurting him here. He's got a lot of mid-corner speed. He's on the number 65 machine, so you expect to see him. He's so strong in the braking area. Oh, on the ripple strip and a little bit more as they head into turn 12. Got to be really careful not to go off the track there. We saw a few people penalised yesterday.
Akid Aziz leads as they come through lap 4. Helmi Gupita Krishna, Effendi Rosley, Ayman and Amrul Arif Musa and Reza Fahlevi. There is less than 1 second between bikes number 1 and 11, and less than 2 seconds between bikes 1 and 18.
You do not want to finish 1.5 seconds off the lead in this race, because you'll be going home out of the points. It's an incredible display. These guys are just so close together on track once again. Oh, big moment there.
Is it Admiral Fendi Rosley who slowed down?
No, Fendi Rosley got collected by, I didn't see the number of the bike, but we see him heading down the straight there. There's a Fendi Rosley. He's hit the back of, I think that is, Akid Aziz. So wow, whether Akid Aziz moved over, not sure, but definitely a bit of a racing incident going on there.
I've got 1 or 2 Malay swear words in my vocabulary. I'm sure they were utilised there, but he's back, and I'm just looking at him because he put his foot down, and there could be an injury there. If you jar your knee at that kind of speed, it does affect you.
It certainly does. The other thing is you'll notice these guys now, when they're out of control and the break, 3 goes through, incredible overtaking manoeuvre.
Pushed really wide is Shawal Amin, who had a problem before, and all the time Warren Wello, who went from 1st to 11th, he's back in the front. He lets Helmi Azman come through.
Yeah, absolutely. Up the inside. What a manoeuvre that is. And Charles Amin goes through too, but he runs out of track and runs off onto the green, and once again puts his hand up and lets a couple of people go through, hoping to not be penalised.
Reza Fahlevi, bike 75, yellow helmet, in 3rd place. He's causing 1 or 2 problems for the front two as they come through. It is Helmi Azman. We're just over halfway now. Reza Fahlevi follows Helmi Azman, but it's Warren Wello who will lead. Warren from Helmi, from Reza for Akid. Let's just look at these times. 1.847 seconds between 1 and 14. McKinley Carl Paz, he's only 2 seconds adrift. He's in 15th. Yeah,
we haven't mentioned McKinley Carl Paz. Of course, he's here this weekend as well, filling in. He's had some good results throughout the year, so it'd be good to see if he could get right up in amongst this front group.
Just at the going through now.
There's another handoff. We've got a problem there with one of the machines.
Is that a Fendi Rosley? I think it may well be.
It could be. Perhaps when he had that problem earlier on, he may well have damaged the front wheel or front disc or something, and that could be the end of his race. It looks like he's pulled off. He's not in that leading group anymore, so that's not a good weekend.
Pirapong,
it was.
Pirapong, because yeah, I saw a Fendi Rosley still in that. So Pirapong, it's not been a great weekend for him.
It's a double non-finish for Pirapong, unfortunately. Fendi Rosley's there on the orange bike, just in the mid-pack at the moment. Oh, how close is that up the front?
Well, Wello just allows somebody to go on the inside.
The thing about this underbone racing is the evenness of the riders and the bikes and the competition. I mean, look at it. We've been going now for 7 laps, and it could be the first lap.
But in the Super Bowl, Warren Wello was a good 2.5 clear of everybody else. How do you explain that?
Well, quite easily. He put together the best lap, but in racing, it's a different story, because that slipstream just drags everyone along. And that is the reason that the groups are so close in this underbone racing.
Akid Aziz leading the Umo Racing Yamaha. Well, he was leading until Warren Wello on the Yamaha Yamalube overtakes him, and Helmi Azman is right there in support. He's just making sure he's not letting anyone get away. And Fazli Sham also went there in the dark livery. As we come through, it'll be 2 laps to go after this. Warren Wello leads the way. He's led in 5 of the 6 end of laps.
Did you see that? Warren Wello once again had a big lead, puts his head up, he sits up, looks right over his shoulder to see what's going on behind him. They're all there, Warren.
Is he just teasing? Is he just saying, I'm the man, I'm the man?
I don't know how confident he is, but he seems to be pretty confident at the moment, doesn't he?
Head down, using the full width of the track. Helmi Azman pulls across. It's Ahmed Fazli Sham, who had a steely glint in his eye as he went through the pit lane earlier on.
I don't think there's any point, and I think all of these riders know it, there's no point to try and break away. You know, there's no point to use everything you've got to do a fast lap time to break away from this group, perhaps risk crashing because you push too hard, because you're just not going to break away. You're going to drag the group along. See the gap that they had there? That's all chewed up and eaten up already due to that slipstream, and it's Fahlevi who now leads as they head into turn 4.
And Wello in close pursuit. Behind them, I saw a Fendi Rosley in there, also bike 199 Cheryl Amin, but and still Reza Fahlevi. What a terrific ride from Reza Fahlevi. 24th he started, so he's gone past a whole ruck of riders, including Izzat Zaidi, who is still 15th. We've got to mention Izzat because he's second in the standings, and Ahmed Fazli Sham is third, and the points differential is 15 points.
It's still all to play for there for the last couple of positions on the podium for the championship, so those two riders will be trying absolutely as hard as they can, but it's Wello who's leading most of the laps at the moment.
He has 5 of the 6. We are 1.5 laps to go. Wello has got Helmi Asman and Ahmed Fazli Sham, a little shimmy inside onto corner number 12, and this time Helmi Asman, Wawan is forced well wide, and he loses 5 places instantly. And coming into the final lap, well, Wello for once is not in the prime position. Last lap.
Well, we're going to see this, it's going to all start to unfold now. If anybody's got anything in the tank, they're going to hold it back. But keep an eye on Wello. He may well be back in 5th or 6th position at the moment, but he is in the perfect slipstream spot. But Helmi Asman has taken the inside line. That's what you need to do on this last lap. You need to be on the inside. You don't want to let anybody dive up that inside. It's number 199 as well. There's Cheryl Amin. He wants a taste of victory this time out. Rosley's there.
And Wello takes the lead as they come around. He was 5th or 6th, and he's taken Reza Fahlevi with him.
Didn't see who that was, but it was a big moment there.
And it's allowed Wello just to get 3 or 4 bike lengths clear. Helmi Asman is right there. Ahmed Fazli Sham and Akid Aziz also there, but there's a little bit of a lead. Helmi Asman on the Rapido High Rev Honda Racing, lapping 2:02. Ahmed Fazli Sham, fastest lap 2:01.7.
Absolutely, but have a look now. Up the inside goes Cheryl Amin, takes the lead straight off of the wild card man. And I'll tell you what, this last half a lap is going to be very wild.
Wello on the inside, he's back in front. All you need to do is get the slight one wheel out of position and you are in trouble. Ahmed Fazli Sham takes Reza Fahlevi. Ahmed Fazli Sham trying to get there. Helmi Asman is being blocked off, but it's Wello who leads ahead of Cheryl Amin.
Absolutely, as they head down there, we're at the top of the circuit, heading through turn 9 and 10. We know that they're starting to wind themselves up now. As we head through this next left-hand corner, it's all going to kick off here, Des, I can tell you now. I do not know who's going to win this one. Look at it, this could be any one of the top 5 or 6, 7 or 8 riders. They head down into turn 12. It's Cheryl Amin who's got the lead at the moment, but Wello's there.
Ahmed Fazli Sham it is who will lead going into the corner, and there's a crash outside. Akid Aziz goes, 4 of 5 have gone, and the race has been won by Cheryl Amin ahead of Gupita Krishna. Ahmed Fazli Sham in 3rd, Ayman Asman in 4th. Bikes and bodies all over the circuit.
Incredible. We're going to have to wait to see who's won that. Everybody's happy at the moment. We're going to have to wait and see.
Well, Fendi Rosley was taken out, Akid Aziz out, Hazik Farouz, I think Fakhrazi, Adib Rosley, Travis Hall as well.
Yeah, looks like Cheryl Amin has won it. And look, are they taking that bike over the finish line? No, the rider's not with it, they're just clearing it away.
My word, that was chaos, that was mayhem. Corner number 12, there are riders all over the track as coming through into a finishing position. Reza Fahlevi was pushed out wide. He was in the race and he finishes 9th.
Gee, I tell you what, that was an absolute incredible finish to a race. You could see it coming. If you can just see here, all of the bike there, everybody is just juggling for position. Fazli Sham's got a perfect line there. Then Adib Rosley loses at the rear and he goes down. Takes one of the Uma riders with him.
Amral Arif Musa, they're those two.
Yeah.
As the bikes luckily are caught by the gravel.
That was part of the action. There was more kicking off after that, wasn't there?
Well, How many things can we tell you about? Gupita Krishna has got himself into second place. We hardly mentioned Gupita. Ahmed Fazli Sham, who went into that corner leading, comes out third.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, you know, an incredible race.
Okay, Cheryl Amin, after all the mayhem on the Yamaha, ahead of Gupita Krishna, Indonesia 1-2. Fazli Sham, third place for him. Is it enough for the championship? Depends on where Izzat Zaidi. Izzat Zaidi got up to 10th. That's a crucial one for Izzat Zaidi. Wawan Wello, having led for so long, finishes 7th. Admiral Arif Musa got himself up. 8th place for him. Reza Fahlevi, 9th. And Izzat Zaidi in 10th place. Paul Heikel can lock who's in the points for Vietnam. He's taken advantage. Chanachai and Shafiq Ayman completing the point scorers. Moon Nakahara, 16th, just outside the points for her. Akarak Toha, Effendi Rosli and Fakruzi Shakarin all finishing the race. Waiwaji Chilaksana didn't finish, Pirapong didn't finish, Adib, Sutipat, Akid Aziz, they've all crossed the line, I think, but they were all involved in that last corner mayhem.
Yeah, that was an absolute incredible finish, that one. We knew it was coming, though, I can tell you, didn't we? We really did. It was absolutely incredible. But you say every weekend that there's a corner on every track, and here it's turn 12. But winners will be grinners, won't they?
Certainly will be. I hope there's not too many serious injuries there. There were a couple of bodies flying pretty high in the air and concrete hurts. Yeah,
I think most of it's all been cleaned up now, so I think that we're pretty lucky. Look at that the championship trophy. That is a beautiful trophy. Wouldn't you like to have that at home?
That is for Helmi Azman, who finished 6th here today. Ahmed Fazli Sham, now then, he's got himself runner-up position. That's what those celebrations are all about. Ahmed Fazli Sham, 16 points. Has he got enough? You know what, I'm not sure he has.
Well, I think he's happy. They're definitely happy that he's on the podium, which is a fantastic result for him to be able to do that, especially in that last race of the year. Boy, can you imagine the mental stress of these guys out there having to deal with being overtaken up the inside, around the outside, slipstreaming, getting clipped?
Well, Ahmed Fazli Sham has picked up 16 points here. He was trailing by 50. I'm not sure it's enough to get him ahead of Izzat Zaidi.
Well, we'll find out when our official calculators calculate. I'm sure the team seem very excited about something, don't they? So
certainly
we'll find out officially very soon.
Okay, Wheeling, as you can see, is there trying to get the attention of the top 3. We'll be going down to her in just a moment, but I tell you what, the exhilaration is there for all to see. I asked you yesterday, how do you get calm? And after a finish like that, a corner like that, where 6 riders have been taken out of the game, how do you stay calm?
Well, that is a good question. And if I knew the answer to that, I'd probably be out there racing myself. But these guys, they just, wow. It's inexplicable what they do out there. It's an incredible display.
Okay, Wheeling, I believe, is down trackside and is talking to the top 3.
All right, down here with today's podium finisher. Finishing in 3rd today is Ahmed Fazli Sham. Fazli, we just saw what happened in the final turn on the final lap. Share with us what was happening back there.
Okey, pertama sekali saya ingin mengucapkan syukur Alhamdulillah kerana dapat podium hari ini di tempat ketiga dan semaksimum poin yang boleh saya dapat. Pada perlumbaan tadi saya bermula agak baik juga. Tapi setelah pertengahan tadi ada sedikit orang cakap fight yang agak kasar dan orang cakap akhir last lap tadi sangat-sangat kasar fight tadi, tapi mungkin saya berada di laluan yang betul. So mungkin nasib menyebelahi saya lah untuk pada race kali ini. Alhamdulillah, third.
Alright, thank you so much, Fazli. Congratulations. Coming in 2nd place today from Yamaha Yamaha Loop S&D Factory Racing, Gupita Krishna. Congratulations on the last race of the year.
Tentang balapan ini persaingan cukup ketat sekali dan ini last round di 2018. Saya berusaha semaksimal mungkin bisa podium di race 2. Kemarin saya nggak podium karena saya mendapat posisi ke-5 dan sekarang saya mendapatkan yang kedua. Syukur alhamdulillah. Makasih buat Indonesia. Makasih buat doanya semuanya.
All right, thank you so much, Gupita. And Sharu Amin is today's winner, winning his very first race of the 2018 season. What a sweet way to end the season. Sharu, share with us, how was the race today?
Alhamdulillah race hari ini sangat memuaskan buat saya. Tadi dari lap awal saya nggak terlalu push. Saya mengawetkan motor dan 2 lap terakhir saya mulai gas dan alhamdulillah saya bisa finish ke 1. Itu aja.
All right, thank you so much, Rami. Congratulations, and stay tuned for the podium ceremony.
Thank you very much, Wei Ling. Yeah, they've got their composure back. The celebration's still there for Ahmed Fazli Sham. I don't think he's done enough. My calculations have him just 5 points shy of Izzat Zaidi in the battle for second place overall. We'll get the final confirmation of that. But the overall champion is, that doesn't change. Helmi Asman will be the champion. But what a final race. How do you make sense of a race like that, Steve?
Well, absolutely incredible. But I'll tell you one thing, it was a great weekend for the Yamaha Yamalube S&D factory team with a double win, really, with Wawan Wello and also Shirel Amin.
Here is Wawan Wello, and for so long, Wawan Wello was the man who was in control of this race, so much in control that he was standing up on his bike, looking back, almost goading to this observer.
You'd almost think that he'd been in the championship for 5 or 6 years and won 5 or 6 championships the way he was going, but it was not the start that he wanted as he headed 5th or 6th into turn 1 as he headed down, but that didn't take him long to get back in front. Helmi Asman was there as well. Adib Rosley was up the front, as was Fakruzi in that group too. It was a massive group, 15, 16, 17 riders all within a couple of seconds.
The contact was, I mean, we're used to contact in Unboom, but this seemed to have more contact than any I recall in my 5 years of commentating.
Well, you know what? It's the last year of what's been a hectic season. We've heard the riders say how competitive it is out there, and when you get moves like that from a rookie coming through, it's easy to understand why all of the riders were hitting biting their fingernails. But there was the number 36, Adib Rosley, running into the back of one of the Uma rider machines there, and then this happened. Look at that, 3 bikes side by side in a place designed for 1 motorcycle.
Indeed, Reza Fahlevi, the meat in the sandwich there, and he still recovered, Reza Fahlevi. Now, I always thought Reza was in a good position, just hanging off all the trouble as Pirapong went off after that incident, but Reza Fahlevi was there or thereabouts. Ahmed Fazli Sham was there or thereabouts, but always the arrogance, I'll call it, of Wawan Wello. He thought this was his race to win, I feel.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Kid Azid was up there in the front as well, doing everything that he could to try and stay in front, but it wasn't to be. It was just absolutely hectic out there. Of course, Reza Fahlevi, you said, got so close to the front. A good weekend for the wild cars. Wawan Wello ran wide as they headed into the last lap, but it didn't take him long to get back into the race at turn 3 on the final lap. At this stage, we thought it was going to be him. One of the riders had a bit of a moment there, but then the group tightened right up. Adib Brisley's in there as well, and of course, the number 199, Shirel, went down, and then this happened. What a way to finish the race. Bikes were skittled over everywhere.
It was like a bowling alley. It was incredible. 6 riders thrown off their bikes at the last moment. It meant that Shirel picked up his first ever Underbone victory. He's thrilled to bits, and so indeed are the whole Yamaha side. Oh, it's great.
That was an absolute stunner of a race. And, you know, the guys, it's good that they've got the summer break now to the break to recover, because I think after a race like that, if it was me, you'd want to have a bit of a rest, wouldn't you? But right now it's a time for these guys just to take it all in, and they're doing that there. You can see Ahmed Fazli Sham's team there.
He did come 3rd, so the celebrations there. I've got to give you a medical update as well. Obviously, with so many crashes going on, the chance of injury is pretty high. All of the riders are reported to be medically checked and medically sound. So that's the great news. And well, you don't want injuries, but my word, you do want this competitiveness to continue.
Well, absolutely.
As the riders make their way onto the podium, the 3-2-1 is... 3rd is Ahmed Fazli Sham, who's chuffed to bits for his 3rd place overall. Kubita Kreshna, the veteran, the former underbone 130cc champion and 115cc champion, and a big hug from him for Cheryl, and the Indonesian flag is there.
It was a good weekend for the 1XOXT KKR racing team as well.
Okay, national anthems, and then we'll get the prize giving. Well, the fatigue kicking in. It's only 8 laps, but 8 laps of that intensity, Steve Martin. It's a different kind of race to the Superbike, the longer races you were involved in, but it takes an awful lot of energy from you.
It certainly does. A lot of mental energy expended as well in these races for these guys. So many micro adjustments done and changes of line and overtaking manoeuvres and judgments, and you can just see how they're all so happy to finish, but in the end, they just need to sit down and have a bit of a break, don't they?
Kendi Chan, the FIM Asia Jury President, is handing out the prizes. This is Gupita Krishna Wardina. Good to see him on the podium. He's not had the best of luck this year, for once benefiting, but Charles Amin, first ever victory. As you say, the Yamaha Yamalube team have had a good weekend, and they will take the team award as well. Confirmation, Ahmed Fazli Sham of Malaysia in 3rd place. Good result for him. 3rd place in the overall championship standings. He was chasing second Gupita Krishna, and Charles Amin with the victory. There's the team photo, which will take pride of place, I'm sure, on Charles Amin's